Hello everybody, welcome back to a new series I'm going to do in the next couple of, well, months most likely. And for those who don't recognize the background, I'm going to do a lot of Sacred 2 Fallen Angel. And my plan is to play everything from start to finish, but without the expansion. So unlike what I usually do, I decided to pick a different character. Usually I'm playing lots and lots of Seraphim or Shadow Warriors, and to a lesser extent I've been playing a High Elf and a Dryad. I do like the Dryad because she is one of the characters which can become quite strong late game if you use right. Plus, there are a few things with her which I could abuse some glitches. For instance, a blowpipe which actually has an immediate hit, while when using a bow, you still fire behind the character which is running to the left or to the right. So it's going to be a Dryad. I already put a name in it. I set the carrier in and the hairstyle as well as hair color. So that's set. I have been thinking about the kind of campaign. We have two options here. The dark one or the light campaign. In the end, both lines emerge. Most of the quests are similar, and in general there are just a few quests which are actually affected. There isn't that much of difference, except for perhaps the personal quest. So I'm like, let's go for light. I mean, some way or another, you always want to be good. That's one thing. The other thing is because of the story lore, which I will explain a little bit more about later. So, light campaign. As for the gods, we have 5 different ones, but in general only one choice. Sorry, 6 different ones, but only one choice for the dark campaign, really one. And I'm not really planning to use it. So it was, in a way, it was basically even, no matter what, equal, no matter what I was planning to choose. But it's a Dryad. She is, as some may call it, the wood elf kind of person. So I decided to go with Kibble, which is the goddess of nature, as the text actually says. And it's some sort of healing spell. The other ones, Lumen is giving a blinding effect, and when I use that one, the screen really turns white, so I'm not going to do it. Forens is philosophy and wisdom, and in general, Lumen is a good one for the Seraphim. Forens is a good one for the High Elf. Testa, god of science, which is pretty good for the Temple Guardian, as that's an android slash robot. We will see more about them later. Quan is the god of war, and that means he is pretty good to be used by a shadow warrior. And Ker is god of evil, which is in general for the Inquisitor, which leaves the dragon mage. I don't know if there's any god related to him. And frankly speaking, I don't care because we're going to play Dryad. Now, with this part chosen, there are two things left. First of all, my difficulty. And as the text said, it's for someone who have never played action RPG before. Well, I have played Sacred 2. I have played Sacred 2 a lot. And as a matter of fact, I have played it so much that some of the quests are so familiar that I know what to do, what to expect. So occasionally it will be hard for me to not spoil things. But yeah, bronze is too low for me, so I will play at silver difficulty. Now the only thing that's a bit bugging me is usually at some point I will sort of out level area on silver. And in single player for myself, I would run through silver and continue in gold and doing the whole mapping thing in gold. Problem is, I can't do that right now because first of all, I can't show you the new character, which I would like to do because I would show to you that I'm doing this from the start. And second of all, it would take me several weeks to do that, and by the time I've done that, I may actually be bored with the game, which means I will have to postpone the recording for I don't know how long. So I have to compromise a bit, and that means I will play on silver. I will do all the quests on silver. I won't map the entire map on silver, but I will do all the quests on silver, and yes, maybe at some point I will start out leveling the region. We'll see what happens. But most of all, I'm doing this because I'd like to show what this game is like. And yeah, if that means play through silver, so be it. Then the last option I have is a choice between hardcore and expert touch. Hardcore is fun, but as the description already says, if this character dies for whatever reason, it's game over. For once and for all, there's no turning back. And yeah, it's a nice challenge, but when I'm recording this and for whatever reason I'm distracted for a moment and my character dies, it'll be the end of the recording, and that's not what I have in mind. I want to show you the full campaign. So hardcore is off. Expert touch is actually something that works better. It gives me better regeneration, but from all aspects. I'm planning to, at least I'm trying to get 2 or 3 aspects done. I don't think I can completely manage that, because usually if I play the whole map I would end up around level 60 perhaps, maybe 70, depends a bit. And the mastery of the skill where I am able to use 3 aspects is at 75. Come to think of it, I may actually end up at 40, but the mastery is at 75, so I don't think that's possible. But I will keep this off because I'm going to use at least 2 different aspects. One is related to the bow skills, and another one is related to one of the other skills she has. So that's about the setup. Now about the background. It looks a little bit creepy, and I'm promising you, you won't get there. Not in this playthrough. I'm going to do the main campaign for now with this girl. And when that's done, I get the option to go to gold, but I can also stay at the spot and go back. There is a DLC out, only one. The plan was more DLCs, but yeah, Ascaron went bankrupt, and Deep Silver wasn't really planning to invest more in this game. So studio was gone, developers went elsewhere. They did a DLC called Ice and Blood, and a small patch, and that's it. And it saddens me that it happened, especially I was there at the time. I was beta testing Sacred 2 and later Ice and Blood when all of this happened, so I have been there. Now, it's not the best thing to see happening. So the background we have here is from Ice and Blood, but we won't go there. I will do the main campaign, and when the main campaign is back, no, I'm not going to tell what I'm going to do. But we won't leave Ancaria for now. We will do the main campaign, and at some point I will do the Ice and Blood expansions, because those are two different regions, so I can actually choose which one to do first. Now it's main campaign, and that's, like I said, going to take a month, especially with an hour playtime. But for the time being this the first episode, being this the part where I have to explain a lot, being this the one with the opening videos of both the game and the character, I'm going to do a 2-hour session. So better get something to drink and to eat, because you're gonna sit here for a while. Last thing I have to tell before I'm actually starting is I'm playing with the community patch, and although it's probably not the latest version, I think it's the 150 or 160. I think it's the 160 I have. At some point that community patch was considered finished by some of the creators. Some of the other creators didn't consider it finished, so they created their own patches. But what community patch is doing, and I recommend to take it if you want to play this game, but what it's doing is actually solving several bugs from which still remain there after Ice and Blood was patched. And yeah, like I said, the studio went bankrupt. The one who took over didn't want to continue development, so we had one patch. Community patch solved a lot of bugs. Community patch also added items. And we're going to find several of those items in game. I will use some of them. At some point I will, let's call it, import several set and unique pieces to complete the build, and I'm doing that not because I want to use those set pieces as they're just looking good, but they actually make this character a lot stronger. And I'm going to add several fun skills, or at least one fun skill. But with that in mind, I will give this lady a special outfit, complete set for armor. I will give her some special bows which can be used in game, simply because although I like use the found items, in this case this lady gets the full potential from those sets, and well, like I said, I can import them. Is it a cheat? Yeah, in a way it is cheating. The good thing is up to level 15 I can't use it, and another thing is that I don't have all the good rings and all the good amulets available from download. I won't do that. I will still use found items at some point if those items may be better as what I have, or for special occasions. So the main thing for me is showing the potential of the game and having fun. So if you don't like the idea of me switching to a full set at certain levels, I'm sorry, but yeah, it's going to happen. Still, it's not just the sets that having influence, it's also what you do with them. It's not the weapons which have a good influence, it's also what you do with them. And with that I mean which items are you going to socket in certain slots. So a set is, or a unique or even a legendary item. They are good, they boost skills, they boost attributes, but in the end, through skill of the player perhaps, but let's say the true effort and boost of the set comes from the items which are socketed in the slots, being that a ring giving skill, a ring giving protection, amulets boosting a certain skill, even runes. It's a bit similar to what I did with the dwarf in my Sacred Underworld game. At some point you may have to socket a rune into a slot or multiple runes in slots just to get that tiny edge in a fight. And since this game uses the similar combat system, and more important, the monster leveling system based upon your survival bonus as the previous game does, the extra pieces you socket in slots are important. So, with all that said, the lady is ready. I'd say enjoy the 2 intro movies before we really start kicking butt. Or not.
The lands of Ancaria have flowed with tea energy since time immemorial. This mysterious power is the root of all life, the source of all magic, the origin of all thought. Eons passed, and the Seraphim continued to watch over the fate of the world. In their wisdom, the Seraphim chose to share their knowledge, bestowing magical secrets of the energy upon the favored High Elves. But power breeds fear, anger, and jealousy. The perilous energy became the center of all disputes. Finally, a terrible war raged through Ancaria, erasing all order in its wake. An even more advanced High Elven civilization arose from the ashes of the dead, deriving their power from abusing tea energy. The beautiful cities and the people are threatened by the tea energy that has escaped its confines. Hideous mutated creatures now rampage through the lands, destroying everything in their path. Ancaria needs fortitude and a strength of will to determine its future. Will you strive to prevent the world from plunging into chaos? Or will you hurl Ancaria into the fiery abyss?
Once again, thank you for your willingness to accompany me. Our mission is as dangerous as it is important. The fate of the world must no longer rest in the hands of... What are those guardsmen doing there?
And I'll give you another one at the same spot.
And I realized I have made one mistake. This works better. Probably the whole video was set to the wrong level. Now we have here, because I got plenty of time right now. Let's start by doing the things the tutorial will point me out at some point. Up here we have slots for what's called in-game orbs. Over time I will add certain, well, it's kind of jewels in it, which will boost my resistance. I can actually bring that up. There's the imp. As you can see, I only have 5 health points, potions. These items, relics, antidotes, arcane, fire, and there's no frost. There is no frost. There's no frost. But those are what can be put in here. I got 4 different ones to be used. We have rings, as you can see, level 10. I used to play this game with somebody online, which is the reason why I'm missing certain things. All of these items are found. That's one having a frost resistance. This is also one of the items from the community patch. All those little items with the 6 runes on them are from the community patch. This one and that triangle and this pentagram, those are the regular ones from the game. So yeah, these items are also in the patch, as well as this one and that one. And those are the potions used in the gold level, or at least above, no, not gold, I think they're above level 120. Health potion, undead potion, mentor potions, antidotes, and concentration. We will get here every once in a while, but not yet. With that, we also have the inventory. I told you it's going to be a 2-hour session, and this is why. Our inventory, character class, telling me what it is, and as soon as I hover over it, you get the name, my class, my level, which are also in the top of the screen. my hit points, the hit point regeneration, experience points, how many I need for the next level. Collateral damage is how many kills I did. Resurrections is how many times I died and came back. The obvious. Survivor bonus. Well, like I said, it's how often you survive the fight, and the higher it gets, it will influence the level of my opponent. So at some point, when I'm having a certain level, my enemies will have a level that slowly goes up. We have the difficulty, the alignment, the deity, all those things that I've already explained before. Solved quest, free. Well, that's not really true, but I will show you why it shows that. Map revealed, play time, and I run speed. So that's the inventory. We have combat arts, and we have skills. Combat arts, in this case, I only have Kabbalistic Voodoo chosen. I won't use much from it, probably not anything other as the Moribund Animus. This one, well, I think the description tells it better as what I can. But it gives me a ghost pet. That's the short description. I may use part of Nature Weaver at some point, but the only one really important in that case is Ancient Bark. So that's basically boosting my health point generation. And my most important one will be the Capricious Hunter. Out of those, I will use the buff Sinister Predator, because yeah, it gives me attack speed and chance to hit with ranged weapons, so it's important. I'm shooting my arrows faster and I'm having a bigger chance to hit. I will probably use the Darting Assault. It's some sort of multi-shot. It's nice. And the Ravage Impact is a big hit. Stunning blow, sort of. Not really stunning, but it gives... it's doing a high impact. So, those three are going to be used for sure from the start. This one as soon as possible. And that one probably at level 75, or I may swap those two. It's depending a bit at how I feel. As for the rest, the only one useful is Golden Glade Fudge, and I will use that one combined with yeah, I can't see it. My recording button is half over it. Forest, I don't know what it says, forest something, I can read it later. Put it in a combo, I click on the map and the Dryad teleports, runs very fast, teleports over there, and after that I can do the Golden Glades Touch for healing and I can start over again to fight. So, can't do that yet because I don't have Forest Flight. Thanks. I remember that. Now this immediately brings up the next part. I can actually put modifications on each and every combat part I'm using. And I will start out with the Sinister Predator. Basically, this one is nice, not really needed. That's more important. Critical hit is the one that makes fast kills. So So that's the one to boost. Parade is nice, but you really have to be lucky if you have to standing next to behind each other. So marked is the better choice. In this case, hunting, focus, decrease regeneration. I will go over this when time's there because that makes it a lot easier. As for skills, these are the skills I can choose from at some point. And one of the first one to pick is ranged weapons because it will increase my damage. And tactics lore, and I will probably pick tactics lore for ranged weapons because this is more damage and that's faster shooting. More damage is better. Yes, of course I can do 10 damage every 2 or 3 seconds, but let's say I'm doing 10 damage every 5 seconds in this mode. With this I'm able to do 10 damage every 8 seconds, and with this I'm doing 12 damage every 5 seconds. Something, well, you get the point. Tactics is one of the more important ones. After that I'll let you know when the time is right, because there's a lot to explain about all the skills and I want to get going at some point. So what we have at the bottom, one short bow, and on the left we're going to get 5 of my weapon slots, which is very useful because I have 5 different damage types in this game, being physical, which I have now, fire, poison, magic and ice. And up here I'm going to get 5 slots for my combat art. It's basically the same thing as we had in Sacred Underworld. So there's not much to explain. Over time I will add the most important combat art and combos in those slots. Those 4 here are meant for my buffs, and currently only 1, but I can have up to 3, and my mounts. And I will have 2 kinds of mounts, so at some point I will have to choose. Now we have, of course, a mini-map which I can actually enlarge using tab, and that shows a part of what the land looks like. And we have the in-game map, and I'd say hello, welcome to Ancaria, because it's huge. This is part of the Ice and Blood DLC, and this is also part of the Ice and Blood DLC. Anything else is game worlds for the normal game. And we're starting out here. This area is easy part. In general, along this riverbank, it's all tutorial area. These things are resurrection monolith. I will have to select one of those to make sure that I got the point to arrive if I die or when I die. Let's be honest, when I die. These are teleports portals. I can already choose them right now, but I won't. So the orange circle is the main quest director. Gray circle, and I activated so you heard the noise, is a normal quest circle, We will also find small blue circles on the map at some point, and they are either for personal quest or for the hidden office quest. And I have to think about the hidden office is going to be a very, very long quest, and I'm not sure if I'm actually going to do that. It's fun. The reward is somewhat meh, especially for the Dryad, but it's a very long quest, not one that I can do in an hour. So, what else to tell? Well, doing a little spoiling. Elven region, then this is Dryad region, desert area, jungle area, swamp area, human lands, orc lands, the fire zone, and this is a winter island which was let me think, was it added for Christmas? No, it wasn't added for Christmas part. It was added part of a quest from the human lands. But Christmas quest is also in here. Yes, we have a quest about Christmas. So this is the ice region, like I said, and that's the blood region. So we're going to do a lot. I'm not telling you which order we're going to do the quest areas, but if you look a little bit at the pathing, you may guess it. You probably have a 50% chance to be right. Actually, yeah. There are 3 regions I can reach from the Elven lands, but I won't tell you. So, now, what else? I can run around in PvP. So that's going to make the game a little bit more interesting. I thought I had the fog mod installed, but it looks like I hadn't. Well, this is what I meant about missing with bows. And as you can see, just like the previous sacred, it has the circles under the opponent's feet to tell you how dangerous things can be. Open the chest. I already opened the chest. It's not a chest, it was about this one. So, what else do we have? Well, let's find out.
How is that possible? My magic? It deserted me. Now it is up to you to see our plans through. I will not be able to help you anymore. You need to uncover what's behind the threat to our world. Go to the High Elves and win their trust. Not all of them are bad. Our people's destiny lies in your hands. Do not fail them, as I did.
Okay. So, direction. Yeah, that's the big arrow pointing there. So I will try to. This is probably the chest that was mentioned. Dropping several things. Gold. And think. Oh, even a helm. Where did the helm drop? Yeah, I have it set to pick up only some special items. Now, if I compare those two, you'll see that the blowpipe already is having better damage as the bow does. One reason, level, silver and bronze. So I'm going to equip that one. We have Sinister Predator available. So I'm going to read that one. And we have Ravaged Impact available. As you can see, we have the buff. Oh wait, let me do it that way. Available. And I have this one available. Regeneration 5.3 seconds. But if I activate the buff, I have to check which button that is. Because some of the settings are different as what I'm used to. It turns green. Downside, this one went to 7.5 seconds regeneration time. Plus side, no, it's not doing more damage. I thought it was doing more damage. But my advantage is it is boosting my attack speed and my attack value. So I am a little bit more lethal. A little bit. Not much, but a little bit. So for the time being, I'm going to pick up everything I can. I can actually use a cheating program. That's the difference between a silver and a gold weapon, a bronze weapon. It's basically instant kill right now. Especially if you use the wrong button and use your combat art. And yeah, I hear somebody thinking, did that show a shrunken head? Yes, I have shrunken heads. Once in a while, when killing an opponent, there is a chance that it will drop a shrunken head. I can use those heads to summon the ghostly helpers. Don't use that one? No, I don't think so. Because it's that one. Maybe I will over time, but not yet. So every time when I kill something, there's a chance to drop a shrunken head. In this case, it's Elf. It gives me a little bit extra armor. It also gives me a regeneration penalty, which I can remove once I have the armor skill chosen. This one is going to be more dangerous. Every once in a while I have to use that one. General.
Nature or not, you shall not block my way.
yes, we have big fish. I can't hunt them. There's no way to catch a fish. And here we are. Like I said, first thing I choose is tactics. Because it gives me more damage. Because it's, again, pick a skill at different levels, but for the time being it's only this level. The other thing I'm going to need is dexterity, because yeah, I'm a ranger, and probably some stamina and vitality, so I have to make a choice every once in a while. But right now dexterity is the best one. It increases my attack value. And here's a summary of what I actually have. This one will get up. This is the only thing you can't read while the regeneration penalty, but I would like to keep it at 100 or below. Makes sense, right? Because below 100% it means that my regeneration is actually going slightly faster as what it should be. And it all depends at my clothing. So that part done. There's something to explore here. And yes, like in all games, the further you get, the less experience you get from the same level monsters. And of course, something came up, which means that for a few minutes, you have to excuse me. We'll pause the game because otherwise I'm getting into a big problem. You never know, something respawned. I'm back in about 2 minutes. Let's call that the joy of having a cat. Every once in a while she decides that it's a good time to drop the hammer. So, sorry for that. Let's continue. Oh, by the way, something that I didn't show. This is the effect telling me that the buff is on. We didn't drop anything. And I think that's about everything on the island. So time to head back. There's no running option. I can make it walk slowly like this, but this is her fastest speed for now. It'll improve over time. When she has armor skill, it'll get better. Also, she's wearing a skirt. And that's the fun part. Those potions start out on bronze no matter what level I start at.
And I'll give you another one at the same spot. The endless circle of life.
Oh, magic pearl, I thought it was something else. I can do two things now. I can keep following the coastline and head in this direction, then going back. I can go, well, actually I can do three things. Go straight ahead, and it's always a good idea to get your resurrection monolith, so straight ahead is what's going to be. And then I still have some options. This blue question mark is going to be the personal quest, and there are some other areas here I can actually enter. So, and thinking that's, yeah, I will explain about these because I didn't show the logbook. I can pick up some quests here and head that direction. So there are several choices. This is the village, I can tell you that. Eventually I will cover this whole area and head out north to up to this point. But I know what's waiting for me here. One of the bigger bosses, and I don't want to run into that one too soon. So, yep, going straight ahead, and this is the maximum zoom we have. I will slowly start zooming out because that makes the game a lot easier to play for me.
Juan would have been very happy with you.
And yes, we will keep comments. I won't talk to him yet. First, we're going to talk to the trader. Not because of the weapons, I almost need to figure out which buttons is what. That's it. So we have options here. Most common damage type other as physical is poison. Well, poison and magic. So over time I will have to choose those. Right now I can't do much. Because yeah, that's already 400. I have 169. I do have 2 times 14. I can check for weapons, but this one is too expensive and that's my old bow. Those are nice, but nah, can't afford it. Out of all those items, that's the best one. Yes, it boosts my regeneration penalty again. That +1 on tactics lord, +7 armor is helping me. Oh, by the way, those will be filled later. This one. Wait, I just bought that. How about boots? Can't do that. And I won't sell the magic pearl because I will need it. Some weapons, as you can see, have slots. I think this one has to. If I put the pearl in it, you get the same effect we have over here, that it's doing a different kind of damage on top of basically that. Certain amount of damage is transferred, converted into another one. So usually I click OK because I know the quest, but I'll let you read it for a while.
I'll be happy to do so.
And now it's time to bring up the logbook. We have here several tabs, starting with question mark, exclamation mark, and question mark. Quest log, chapter 1. 4 yellow feet is the one we just took. Now, it already said I had 3 quests finished without me doing anything. Chapter 11 is the personal one. That's Keymaster and Doorkeeper. It doesn't show where it is or whatever, it actually says it's failed. It's basically a part of the main quests. So even this isn't accurate. It's just pointing me to this direction, then I have to go there. Blind Guardian is a much more fun quest, and I'll let you read this. So we have that one. Then the Hitchhiker's Guide. It's basically telling what to do. You get a tutorial about damage types, about relics, which is this part. Hirelings, that means you have somebody in a party. Usually means you have to save their ass over and over again. Rune Master, that's in the village, which we'll explain a little bit, and Blacksmith. So all of those are found in the starting area, like I said. So I've been told. Well, assume it is. Then currently completely blank books. Well, nothing there. It will tell about books. And the successes, like I said, I played this game a lot, which means I have all the achievements. They aren't listed on Steam, but I do have all the achievements. I have tried the Temple Guardian, the Inquisitor, High Elf, so I got them all, even Dragon Mage, but the problem is I didn't like them, so I got them all. Group Hug was a hard one because it's very hard to play this game online, as it used to have dedicated servers, which it doesn't have anymore. But I finally managed to get this one just short before the game was actually going offline. So yeah, lucky. And I've been doing that later, so it worked. There are a lot of those. They are actually quite fun. So I will just, if you read through here, the traveling, everything, I did them all. It took some time. Some of them take a lot of time, for instance, dedicated. 20% or less of the map explored. Basically means you do the main campaign and that's it. Took a while before I had figured that one out, because my first intention was to do the main campaign and the personal campaign of the character, and at some point I wasn't near the last part, and I checked and I had 21% of the map explored. Shoot. So start over and skip some things. This one, yeah, that takes a time. That one takes a time, but it can all be achieved with a single hero. You just need to do different campaigns, multiple campaigns. Cartographer, 80%. That was, yeah, hard. Because you have to follow every outline of the map. And at some point I thought I wouldn't be able to make it. So I crafted myself some items, some armor, and put wings in it, giving me a little bit more sight, and that was just enough. think I had it in each and every slot, but that was enough to get 80% of the map done. This one is fun. I will show where this is. It's fun. It's related to the special, now to the empty office quest, which is a very long one, as I said before. 1,000 poisoned. Yeah, that's easy. Let's see. Some are easy, some are not. So that's the logbook. It shows where we have to go to. Now, I need those yellow feet, not the blind guardian. I'm going to do that first, and I'm still going to ignore the other question mark for a very simple reason. It will take me somewhere else, to spots where I don't want to go to yet. I'm taking the right path? Yeah, I am. And prepare. We will hear a lot of screaming. And with that I mean what you just heard. I may actually have turned that part of the volume down a bit. But some areas it will become really annoying.
I'm not far from the destination.
Good.
Mission accomplished.
And as always, missions are the best way to get experience points. Need to check. Nothing here. Houses are the best spot to get rich. Which probably any burglar would tell you, but it's true in games. Because in games it's like, hi, I'm the hero, and since I think you're not paying me well enough, I'm going to rob you blind. This is one of the few disadvantages of the community patch. This huge bar all over. I'm going to the village. I have to come back here for that cave we barely see over there. That cave. I have to go there for another quest. I will go to him and then we go back. Oh, and signs work. Beach. Lamps, as you can see, work. that was the healing post warning.
The Dryad was better, will be engraved in your gravestone.
I was going there for him.
I am happy to accept this assignment. You did well, my friend.
I think the tree is blocking. That pirate was using a weapon doing magical damage. Magical damage on top of the physical. Which is the reason why it was hurting me that much. That circle had to it, but that circle is part of the anti-officer quest. So, tactics lore and no need for concentration yet. I'm going to do ranged weapons. Don't need stamina. I need vitality and dex. Because this will become better once I'm able to pick concentration. And I need concentration because I want to use 2, maybe 3 buffs. So I can modify this because I used tactics lore. And every time it's going up slowly. First time is after 3. The next is 5 and it goes up to, well, I don't know, 9, 11. Like I said, increased my chance to get critical hits. Disadvantage. I have to start it again. Let's bring that guy his can of worms. I have to keep an eye on my financials.
That's done.
Big green and thought for a moment, yeah, this one, when it comes a little bit more to the surface, it's actually green. So he's fishing for those. Choices, choices, choices. No, keep this one because it's giving chances to certain damage types. Nothing good here. At least nothing useful. I can bring up this screen by using the Alt button. Makes it a lot easier to compare. I don't see anything useful yet. Except for this one. It means faster leveling, but I'm not going to do that. It's useful later on, but not right now. Otherwise, I will outlevel my equipment and without the right finances, I won't be able to actually deal with that, so I won't use that yet.
With nature's force, I will help you.
And that's my first chapter. This is Ice and Blood. This is the personal quest. And as you can see, they are hard with me, coming with me. These are the health bars. We will encounter lots and lots of Easter eggs in this game. One part of the Easter eggs is added by the developers. I think it will work better if I use the right button. Hunter Drogo is the Easter egg done by the developers. The Night Owl as well. But there are
And another one because it was so much fun.
Tombstones which the community added. And some of those tombstones are even brought up by me. I will point it out when we get there. It's not much. Ah, yeah, that's why. No, that button. The chance is coming up because I picked ranged weapons. Ranged weapon is a modifier. So you see the asterisk behind it the moment I push Alt. That's also bringing up the names here. But the asterisk is also showing behind the percentages. So the moment I picked ranged weapons, we got those modifiers added. I also used a potion, I have no idea which one. Doesn't really matter much. We have to go that way. that way. You two get close. Right. Yeah, that's oopsie.
Mission accomplished.
In a way, 20 years ago they were having more brains than people have nowadays. Anyway, lesson learned, don't hunt something if you're not planning to eat it. So, next.
I'm the right person for this job.
Now, the fun part is their weapons don't work, so they're sending me in using weapons which they could use as well. But apparently, they think that my weapons will work. Bingo. Now, this is a good catch. Well, fine. I will drop on some armor, but I'm getting spell resistance, a bigger block chance to close combat, some strength, and less region penalty. It's not just minus 1.9, I have to add it. Which means I'm actually going 4.8% down in region penalty. Which makes it, as you can see here, a very good choice. Also, attack is going up and my damage is going down a little bit. That's the only disadvantage. I lose that 1 point attack score. Still, it's a good choice. It's kind of the rock paper scissors principle here, except it's not how to put this. What it's actually doing.
What do you call such a thing? And what does it do?
I called it a mistake, and what it does is nothing for you. In general, in this game, it's always one step better. So whites are better as grey, blues are better as white, yellow outmatch the blue. We have uniques, which are better as yellow, legendaries are better as the uniques, and eventually set pieces are better as the legendaries. But there's always a but, and in this case there's a but as well. Set pieces only have that full potential the moment you use it together. So I can have a very nice pair of boots, set piece, but it will actually be worse as the yellow boots I'm currently wearing, because I have nothing to support it. And set piece usually start to work out when you have 3 or 4 of them equipped, not a single one. Cow went missing. Yeah, I don't think a cow comes close to house if/when it's got a pitchfork in its side.
Flesh wound, nothing serious.
Anyone ever seen Last Action Hero? If you have, you know why I said that about the flesh wounds. Time to organize a few things. Darting Assault, I need that one. The Roast Joint trophy, and later we get other kinds of trophies, can only be used if I have the alchemy skill available. It's one of the fun skills for a lot of people. I never used it. Some of those items may give you a nice boost, and I can actually use them at some point in one of those slots, but I'm not sure if it's useful. Darting Assaults in there. And done. Region 10 seconds.
Rabies? Foot and mouth disease? Bird flu? I'll take you for a ride. Aye!
made a mistake. A small one though.
Wow, not a bad hit.
Using a weapon doing poison damage against animals with a poison resistance isn't smart. So this is the effect of the Ravage impact. Ancient bark. I will pick it once. Totem and dust devil. Not going to use those. I may use totem as backup, but not sure. I want to use as little combat arts as possible. And like I said, I have 5 slots. I do remember something. Did I have force flight? No, that's devil. I need 1 slot for combat arts, that leaves 4 slots for the rest. So yes, I can actually use the totem because this and this are going to be in a combo. So that's 1 slot. 2, 3 leaves me with 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and after that I may actually check if I want to use one of the. That's the imp. I don't need him yet.
It's a bit early for that.
Yeah, I was afraid you'd say that. Any advantage?
I have no use for it.
No use.
Juan would have been very happy with you.
No way to go through here. So I'm going to circle around a bit. Got another animal head. One of the advantages of all those animal heads, it's going to make for a nice income. But then, we all know how much funds I ended up with the dwarf, although that one started pretty poor too. So if there's one thing I don't have to worry about, it's finances. It is early game, but I can stop picking up the the other items quite soon actually. I'm going back and we're going to do this route so we can actually do the other quest. Hey, never mind. Because in the end I want to end up here and sell some of my stuff off. Plus I have the monolith here, so I will stick around here for some time anyway.
And that, and that, and that! The Dryad was better, will be engraved in your gravestone.
Mind you, some of the text are probably written in German and translated into English by somebody else. Because if it was up to me, she would be using carved in your gravestone, or engraved in your tombstone. Something like that. Is she safe? She is safe. So, next pair of skills.
Do I look like someone who uses that?
Level 5, level 4, level 4. That's one. I got 1 point. For now I'm going to put everything in tactics and vitality. Because I will need the health generation. Plus, as you can see, it really helps. Now, if you look at this game, you'll be surprised that it's actually 50 years old. It was under development when we still have Windows 7 Vista. I have to think about which one was first. I think Vista was first. So it was developed at that time, and actually it was a little bit too revolutionary for it, and the way that it would require a very good computer to play it to the fullest. Lots of people had problem with that, with crashes, with the NVIDIA physics, which needed to be added. But if you look at it now, I'm playing it at, well, my machine was pretty modern, it's already old-fashioned. I think I got an 11th generation i5, i7 currently, and a pretty good graphics card. If you look at this, it's simply beautiful. Now, let's get this done. The gamekeeper needs somebody to find turtle eggies. Okay.
You can count on me.
Let's find some turtle eggs. And and encounter one of the flaws this game has. The moment you kill the very first opponent,
How do you like that?
is usually also the kill. I won't return them to him, because there's something else to show you.
Life is but a moment.
Not
Death also
the
is but
spiky
another.
turtles.
Let's start your last journey.
But this is an archaeological site. And in a way that means it's also a reference to all the archaeological sites we used to have. As you can see, there's a vase with some faces on it. We just destroyed another vase, and we will still destroy some more. There are pottery pieces which are glued together. There's a tomb entrance over here. We have the shovels, so everything is a good reference. To how we used to do the archaeology. But that's not just it. First of all, it offers, well, in this case only this.
Great plan.
Not really a good weapon. That's matched. Might as well do this. 29. Yeah, I like to keep things organized. Sorry. It wasn't really needed with the other game because I had a large inventory. In this game I have to. And this is something I will show you quite often. I won't read them out loud, but lots of statues and tombstones have things written on it which player or devs contributed to the game. All the funny messages. You even have it in the loading screen when you start it. And I think some of those things actually got into other games as well. But what I wanted to show you, as you can see, we have a building here. This looks like an altar. And we have those two dudes over here. This is the starting point for the Temple Guardian. So that's the first part of sightseeing I'm going to do today, because I want to show you the starting points. They all have a starting point nearby. Temple Guardian headed over here, hence this kind of building being a temple. I think it's even called that. Yep, temple ruins. And it's also giving you the impression of the old Maya slash Inca slash Aztec
I think I'm almost there.
pyramids you can find in Central and South America.
Assignment completed.
That one, and after that I pick this one. My gold, 600. $2,000 experience point needed, and I'm getting 43, so I really need a good bow. Ah, yeah, I forgot. We don't just have blowpipes. Yes, I know, I'm ignoring that cave entrance. I will get to that cave entrance later. We don't just have blowpipes and bows or potions. We also have throwing knives, throwing stars, pebbles, all to be used that ring was too good to miss out. I just found a throwing star. Which usually works best combined with shield, by the way. Let's bow up pounds. We even have, oh, that's a lance. We get those at some point, never mind. Dropped again. Good thing is those two dropped too. That's why I'm doing this. $183. So 1400. 500. Not enough money. Okay. Shame, because this one is quite useful. Excuse me. Oh, 1000. Never mind then. Item level also has its influence. Its influence on running speed. So if I wear items which are heavy on me, as you can see, my run speed is 86%, so I'm probably using something yeah, this one. It's a level 5 item and I'm a level 4, so it's cutting down 30% of my running speed, which means 86 points. I'm having 2 items, otherwise it wouldn't happen. Because 100 minus 13.6 is 5.4 and not 86.2. Eh? Well, it is wrong, so never mind. So there's probably somewhere
Assignment completed.
So that's done. I won't go there. I will go here and I will skip him. Now. Just need to figure out yeah, him. This is one of the tutorial missions.
I want to rise to this challenge.
Which means come with a bow. That's the pirate cave. That's the mission we're going to do. It will take some time because I have 1600 XP before I'm actually level 5 and get rid of that penalty. what else do we have here? Temple Ruins, Beach, and Temple Guardian. Now, Temple Ruins is this direction, and I won't. Let's go there first, because I won't be going there. Basically, this is one of the last quests in this area. Folks done now? I should sell off those healing potions I'm not going to use anyway.
I'm nothing more than
This is one of the reasons why I go there. Fountains and wells often, not always, often give you health potions. I have to test something. And that was stupid. Ah, it's F9. So, we're heading back. That's the wrong path, actually. Problem with playing so many games as I do is that you sometimes can't remember which function is hidden under which key. And in this case, I was looking for the way to activate the switch the orbs, and I used a button which actually teleported me back to the resurrection stone. That option always teleports me back to the last activated one. Anyway, the reason I was heading out is this is one of the starting points of the game, as you can see. Go upstairs first, because no, there's nothing here. And this guy in a dress is not a monk. It is, as it already showed, an inquisitor, and not the best looking one, or as you show, the most friendly one. Now I'm going to do a little spoiler. The Inquisitors are in general the bad guys of this game. And when you start out as an Inquisitor in this game, one of the things you will find out soon is it's a little bit messy over there. And as you can see, his digging skills are terrible. He won't pick. Sometimes you still need to go back and forth. So somebody is being murdered, and I can't remember from the one time I played an Inquisitor who he actually murdered. Slowly dropping my regeneration penalty, which is nice because that will be going down too. Anyway, I don't know who it was that got murdered. If it was when you started out as Inquisitor, another Inquisitor, or a tavern owner, something, but the body we found over there in the murder spot was because somebody got killed over there. In general, that's something that's going to happen a lot in this game, as you have seen already.
You did well, my friend.
Oh, wait, I can't enter here yet, because later I will have to go there. On the other hand, they are very annoying. 1k, 1.3k. Doing 43. Sorry, 48. Yeah, it's going to take some time. Oh well, in a bit I'm going to finish this quest, which will take me about 10 minutes, I think. And after that, sign off. There's one more thing I show you. This blue circle, like I said before, is part of the empty office quest. Steve Manekeller is not Manekeller was one of the developers / employees of Ascaron. And each and every one is having a mission a message. So I will try to show them all. Because those messages are in general more fun as the ones they come up with later.
We'll continue practicing to aim, all right? Does it hurt? That's the purpose of the exercise.
Let's go this way because there are some over there. Mouse is having problems. I don't know why. That's the worm guy. We're almost there. Where the hell did he go? Ah, over there. Well, good thing for him. Brought bronze health potions. And there's the other mission in this cave. This is why I waited to go here.
The spirits
get
of
to
the
that
forest
map.
won't let me down during this mission.
And we're going to encounter one of the worst opponents this game has.
And another one because it was so much fun.
Not one of the most hated, because we already were seeing those.
I'm hit. I'm dying. Just joking.
one of the most hated foes are the rodents. Tactics, and I have an opportunity now for another one, and this is actually the time to pick concentration or enhanced. Enhanced perception is one of the fun skills, but it can be a very useful one because it improves my chance to find valuables, and in this case valuables mean better items, and that's partially related to my survival bonus and partially related to skill. So with this I'm actually boosting my skill, so it makes it useful. Another thing that's important, you need at least 5 points in a skill, and currently this one shows that I have a +1 in tactics, reason why it's blue and 6. But you need to have at least 5 points in a skill before you can pick something else. Out of those, the only one which may be useful is damage lore, but it's not that useful because in the end I will simply add something to the weapons, giving me an extra boost. Conversion to magic is already something that will help turn physical damage into magic, and in this case if I put it in the hollow shot, 26% of the physical would be turned into magic, while I also have poison damage, so I would actually have 2 things. So, knowing that, it's really sensitive every once in a while. Knowing that, I have several options. First of all, concentration, which would give me the opportunity to start a second buff. That's number 1. Second of all, Capricious Hunter Focus. It will reduce the generation time of my combat arts. Concentration will do that too, the regeneration, but this one will drop it faster, and it will make it possible to use the combat art runes into my armor or my weapon to get the secondary effects from it, boosting it by 1 and giving the secondary effect. That's it. So that's number 2. Kabbalistic voodoo lore and nature weaver lore aren't needed as of yet, but over time I need those 2. Over time I will need the focus, because once again they will drop my regeneration time. Then we have combat reflexes, and that's going to be a useful one because it gives me a bigger chance to evade each and every attack on me. And last but not least, we have enhanced perception. I will need combat reflexes to unlock armor lore and constitution. So there are several options. Enhanced perception is nice for better items, because in the end I may get bargaining and blacksmith too. And bargaining is the so-called shopping skill, and the better it is, the bigger the chance to find special items in the shop. But then those items will, for me, solely be rings and amulets. Because everything else will be used from something I already have, or from items, as I said, I will import at some point. So with that in mind, not really useful. So out of all of those, for me, I do have ancient bark. But I do have 6 and 9 seconds. I'm going for the focus. And for now, that's only already 8.2 seconds instead of 9. The other thing I need to keep an eye on is my attack speeds, which I can boost with ranged weapons. But for now, I will do this. Could have chosen it the other way around. And the next level, I will probably drop 1 point here, 1 point here, and then do a switch to level those two a bit evenly. I also have a new choice here. Can't evade. Yes, peace. Like I said, peace through is not really needed. So let's move on. Because I know I will go into fight some very nasty opponents at some point. That's a trap. And there we have that, well, in this case, not so terrible opponent. In general, bats are one of the worst, maybe the worst enemies you can deal with. You can actually hear it by the sound.
Rabies? Foot and mouth disease? Bird flu?
Because it's very difficult to find the hitbox.
Well, no hit points equals death. That's how this game works.
There's my next relic. Same kind of protection, less regeneration time. Yeah, that makes it pretty easy in the choice. That's him talking. Entire division. What division?
The next one won't be so gentle.
In multiplayer, I can't use the auto pickup, by the way. And everything is having a timer in that part. So if I don't pick anything up, the people or person I'm playing this game with is actually able to start picking up the items which were meant for me as soon as the timer runs out. And that's done because in previous game people were stealing items from others. Yeah, I knew that would happen. Because that's a big boss.
Well, no hit points equals death. That's how this game works.
That captain dropped a trap, and that trap was actually one to weaken the player, and his weapons were related to it too. So because of that, my health points were going down really fast. Now, this is, like I said, one of the most annoying enemies in the game, and now you notice why. Talk.
I want to rise to this challenge.
Yeah, it's really a challenge to get out of here.
Just a scratch. Does it hurt? That's the purpose of the exercise.
Almost done. First him.
Okay, that's it.
And he's got a follow-up quest. No.
You're welcome.
Like I said, a follow-up quest.
Even more work for the local undertaker.
Hey, you lost a private? Ha! Oh well.
Done.
Ha! Yeah, because that guy died. Because, yeah, never mind. There is no safe area here. So with that in mind, there's not much I can do. I have two options for the next episode. The first is going up north here. There's a quest here. Seraphim starting point. No. Shadow Warrior starting point and High Elf starting point. So with that I can do, I have choices. That's one thing I can do. There isn't much to do here. Yeah, there are some quests around here. So that's one thing. I can go back to the village. I can actually teleport to town right now. Or I can continue this way. It's a little bit too far. And actually do this. And eventually... No, I'm going to town. I'm going to pick him. He is a hard quest, but I'm going to do him later. We're going to town first. Because that's a safe environment for me to log out. Not going to activate that portal or this one because it's already done. So we'll end here.
How long has it been? It's a privilege.
Elysium, Twainbrook and Ancient Temple. This gives you an impression of what the town looks like. Like I said, I will end it here for today. Should I sell stuff off? I can do that later. I hope you've been enjoying this. We didn't even do much here. As you can see, there's already a lot to do over here as well. So that's going to be for next episode. We're going to visit the building here, some areas here. We're going to do all the side quests listed here. And eventually, like I said, the plan is to do this entire area. Well, actually, this entire area. But over time, yeah, it will take some time before we get to this spot. But general idea is picking up the side quest and going around this direction. Pick him, going this direction, and then going up. Because several of the quests from town will lead us to the north. That's the plan. So you have something to look forward to. For now, I do hope you've been enjoying it. And I hope to see you next week. I did enjoy it, that's for certain. I wish you a very good week. Goodbye.